Hi! My face is done. Full face beat. You want a flawless, full coverage, matte, something to cover your new friends, your acne. That's what we're gonna do today. So make sure to walk all the way to the end. Watch. All the way to the end if you want to see how I achieved this flawless face of makeup. Super snatched. And also make sure to subscribe to my channel for 5 beautiful videos a week on beauty, lifestyle, and more, as always. So let's get into it. Okay, just before we begin doing the face, because as you can see, I did my eyes and I feel so good. This is, oh my God, my eyes look on fire. I absolutely love it, but that's not what I'm most excited about, okay? So I went to the thrift store again, okay? And I found this cute shirt. It is my everything. Literally this color, it's red. I never think that red would fit me just because look at how my face is red, like, right? This is so cute with a little gold chain. Look at that. It's like my favorite ramen noodles. Like, hello, this is the cutest shirt ever, and it's like cropped up a bit. I'm not gonna be able to show you because of my table and everything. It's kind of like awkward, but I love it. And look at the sleeves. Look at this. It's just so I don't have to put any makeup all the way down to my neck. Just a little bit of bronzer and I'll be totally fine. Anyways, this was just a little inside note. Cute. I love it. Today, easy peasy, we're just gonna be covering this space, creating a flawless base. And of course, I did have some friends that decided to say hi, and I don't really have any color corrector. It kind of dried out on me, the DIY one. So we will be covering the acne without anything, just concealer, foundation, and just going through the tips and tricks to make sure that everything is flawless and covered. And if you want to see that video, that is the DIY color corrector, it's gonna be listed down below and also up here, so you can go check it out at the end of this video, because you definitely want to keep watching, because there's going to be some tips and tricks to have the best ever flawless foundation. So prep is super important. I already washed my face, obviously. And I did put a little bit of skincare, but not that much, because I do want to have the primer going into my skin even more. And I'm just like, which one should I take for today? The Vitamin Enriched face base from Bobbi Brown. This is my favorite at the moment. It is so amazing, and let me tell you, it makes your face flawless. It's the base of everything. Yeah, so I don't know what happens. Sometimes acne comes out for no specific reason. Most of the time it's because I ate something that my skin, my gut doesn't really like. So we gotta deal with that, of course. But okay, I put too much on my forehead. Sometimes this happens, so I drag it around. So most of the time you want something that is really long lasting. So I'm not gonna put anything that is like a liquid luminizer that's gonna make my skin a little bit oily throughout the day. So I'm gonna avoid my luminizer, even though I absolutely love it, because we don't want to mess up nothing over here. And oh, I don't know what I did. I'm gonna go straight with concealer like I always do. This is only to add a little bit of coverage to the areas where we want to hide, especially these. Ugh, oh my God, what are you doing with your life? Where hormones like to go wild. Oh, and by the way, this shirt, like I went the other day at the thrift store, I found magic bullets. The magic bullets, little blenders, we needed those. And we found it. Like, it was laying there right in front of our faces, and I was like, I want little tops. I like to have different tops, especially for my videos. I like to have different things. And I found this one, and I found other ones that I'm definitely gonna be wearing more on my channel, which is gonna be super amazing. Now I'm just blending everything to make sure that there's coverage, and I'm not blending everything since we're not using color corrector, and I want to keep the product where it is. And I'm gonna let it dry for a few minutes before I do anything else on my skin. So I think it's in place. I have the foundation that's running down my face, running down my hands, and I'm just gonna be saturating my sponge with it where I want the area, and then I can go very, very lightly on certain areas. And of course, most of the time, I would not recommend you like going with a sponge. I just feel like itchy. I just feel like I want a really flawless base. So, and I took the same side where I put the concealer. So we're gonna see what it does. And I'm not like going right into my face with it. I'm being very careful and like going super light on my skin. And the reason why is that I don't want to absorb excess product from my skin where I kind of like color corrected, even though it's like we just put concealer, and that concealer has more like peachy tones, and this foundation is more, I would say, warm olive, which it's good for my redness on my skin. Like it kind of cancels everything out. And the reason why I chose this foundation as well is because this foundation is so full coverage, like medium full coverage, I would say, because my pimples like to come through. Oh my god, I remember this foundation, and I would do my makeup with this foundation every single day, all the time. Like it was my first, not my first foundation, because my first real foundation that I bought was the Too Faced Born This Way foundation, but this one is one of my first foundations. And this is crazy, from MAC, bestseller. All right, flawless base is on, and of course we can see a little bit of the pimples coming through, which are really annoying. But for that, I'm going to be using a brush because the sponge is absorbing too much product to cover everything on this area. So I'm going to take my brush that I use all the time for concealer. This is the Rare Beauty brush, and we're just going to pack it a bit. I saturate my brush with it, going on it. This is really important because you don't want like uneven product application. So we're just going to go straight into it. Not too bad. This is cute. All right, so before I say anything, of course, I like to put some color. So the color, where are you? Oh, the Rare Beauty blush. I'm gonna be very careful with this one, just because I don't want to disrupt anything. And I'm not gonna go where my acne is, which is on all of the side of the face. So I'm going pretty high with the blush. As you can see, I do one dot and then I take either a sponge or a brush to blend everything in. Today I'm gonna be using a brush because I feel like I don't want anything to happen. So I'm taking the same brush with the concealer to really blend everything in and patting it in. Super easy, being very careful. Anyways, I'm going to be applying a lot of powders on top of that right after, so I don't really mind putting a bit more on one side or on the other side. I'm going to be applying my concealer now because it looks kind of crazy without any concealer right now. So I'm going to go back with my Too Faced Born This Way concealer and just applying it right under, just starting off like this. And then if there's anything else, I always add up more and more. And I think I'm going to change my brush for this one. Right, time to set everything before anything moves. We don't want to disrupt anything. I repeat all the same words. If you have any vocabulary to suggest me, would be greatly appreciated because sometimes I don't know what I'm talking about. So, all right, so this is the Waterweight pressed powder from MAC, which I'm going to start with under my eyes very lightly because I just did that and I don't want anything to crease. So the best thing to think about when you have acne, pimples that like this, that are super, big, is to not put too much product on them because you don't want to irritate it. So putting the least amount of product. So that's why sometimes it's better to color correct. But as of today, I do not have any color corrector. So we're going to stick to concealer and foundation that is full coverage. Also, the best thing that I can recommend you is to have a very long lasting foundation and concealer. So both of them can mix well together. So make sure the formulas work well, blend well together, that it will not be too much of a satiny kind of like dewy finish, because the dewiness is just gonna like accentuate all of the texture, all of the acne that you have on your skin. So keeping it matte is going to be the best bet for you. Just make sure to prep and prime the best way possible beforehand, because if you have dry skin, let me tell you, you will feel dry all day long. And you want to avoid, sticking out to your acne if it's dry. You don't want these dry patches and these things on your face. And oof, the base is done. The rest is literally to add color to the face, add dimension to the face. And that is a tricky part if you have acne, because you cannot start swirling things around even if you have a full matte face. You want to keep like the swirling at the minimum that you can. So I like to go with this bronzer, so I'm gonna go with the Marc. I'm not doing any contour today because sometimes packing creams can disrupt some things that are on your face. So this one with my brush. I'm gonna use another brush today. This is more of an angled brush, and it's just gonna like look better because I can really pack it and like concentrate it at the bottom of my little brush, tap it off a bit, and then you just pack it. Don't forget to pack it into your hairline, because let me tell you, girl, it's sometimes I don't pack it into my hair like that, and I just end up with a halo around my face, like a white, super light halo, and it's not pretty. It's just standing there. It's not the best ever. I feel like a bronzed goddess right now. Okay, so another thing that sometimes might happen while you're doing your makeup, you just want to correct some places where you have too much bronzer and you don't want to like start swirling again. I like to diffuse usually my makeup, so like just swirl around, but I'm going to avoid that. And I'm going to use my brush that I use for my, you know, my powders on my face to set everything. And then I go back with my Waterweight pressed powder and I just go back and tap it to the areas where I put a bit much, like that, and it's just gonna blend and it's gonna look way better. Bronzer is done. Ooh, we are getting colorful. We are adding some dimension to the face. I love it. And then I want this blush in my life. So again, Natasha Denona Diamond Blush Palette. I always talk about these. I honestly need to buy the entire store so I can have other things, but guys, it's expensive, so we're gonna stick with that. We're gonna stick with it, and I'm gonna go with that blush, which is gonna fit with my outfit of the moment. I'm gonna bring a bit the blush towards the inside like that, and then a bit under here. Oh, and disclaimer, I do not have any filters, so what you see is my true skin. A lot of YouTubers are gonna have a filter on, and I don't want to be part of that because I want you to see the makeup how it looks like, and I think it's really important to see and to look if a product truly works, if it looks like crap, if it's a certain way. I feel like is just really important, and we should all disclose if we have one or not. And actually there's a new law that passed in Norway where you have to disclose if you're using a filter or not. So I think this is amazing for a lot of people because the filters, unrealistic expectations, let's be honest, and I don't want to create that for me. So we're going in the highlight right now, and not too much because, and I'm putting it above anything of my acne related things, because if I put it where my acne is, you're going to be able to see whatever's happening there. And I have some blush missing. Sometimes I have to go back and forth because obviously I'm doing makeup on myself. So sometimes you're going to be able to see something and be like, oh, this is different than the other side. And I realize after going back and forth on both sides, I've been like bringing my blush all the way up, and I kind of like it. I don't know, you guys, tell me down below if you like the fact that I bring my blush all the way up or no. Tip of the nose, and then the highlight. I've been going back with the Jaclyn Hill highlight a lot, just because I forgot about how good it was. This is the loose one. I know there's like, I didn't try the other formulation, but I just know that this one is just really good, especially when I mix it with another one that just blends so well with, you know, the skin. Like, we still want to have some blinding effect even though we have some acne. And that I would recommend someone that has a lot of texture here. I'm putting a lot of highlight because on camera it is so blinding and I love it so much. I think blush and highlight is definitely my favorite. Oh my god, thinking back to it, there was a time where I didn't use bronzer. Like, am I crazy or something? Like, I don't know what's wrong with me. Just blush. Oh my god, I do not want to go back to these days, let me tell you. Okay, I think we're done with what's happening here, except for my hand. This is annoying. I'm like, I wanted to put some eyeshadows under my eyes, but the eyeshadow palette is hidden over there. I moved my things before I did this video. I have to change things, and it just ended up being like that. So I sharpened my pencil. I sharpened it. Beautiful. Same color. This is dream. Et voila. What do you guys think about my makeup? It fits with my shirt. It is so good. Okay, so this is my flawless base. That's how I do my flawless base on a day-to-day basis. This is a long-lasting matte with a bit of highlighter and cute. This is just snatched. And yeah, I mean, what do you guys think about that? Very crazy, very me. Okay, this is a full beat of makeup and I absolutely love it. Tell me down below what you think. This was a little tutorial, fun tutorial for today, just covering up my new acne that was there with only concealer and foundation. How to have a flawless base. Anyways, I really hope that you enjoyed it, and if you liked it, make sure to like the video because it really helps me, and I love when you like my video. It pushes it to the algorithm, to the YouTube gods, everywhere. So make sure to like it and to comment down below what are your techniques to do your makeup, what do you use on your day-to-day basis to do your makeup. I'll be doing way more full coverage from going on out, way less natural. I've been doing natural for too long and I need this full face to feel my best. So make sure to subscribe. Subscribe for 5 beautiful videos a week on beauty, lifestyle, and more. And also because, you know, it pushes my video as well. It takes 1 second to do, and it would mean the world to me if you would join the beauty family, so we can all share beauty content, tips and tricks, and all of these things. So thank you so much, guys, for watching. Again, I love you guys so much, and I will definitely see you in the next one. Bye, guys!